Angela Chao died in a car accident in Texas last Sunday. Who is she and why is this very important? To know all this, I need to take you back a little bit. She is the sister of Elaine Chao, who was the former Transport Secretary in the Trump administration. More importantly, she is married to Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell was the most powerful, or is the most powerful senator from the Republican side in the Senate. So was this a message? And if so, for whom? And more importantly, who killed her? All these things we are going to cover today. Very, very important that you understand how the internal politics come, because Angela Chao, Elaine Chao, they all draw their origins back to CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. So there's a China angle here. So please first like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to give you two versions of how she died. That's not important. Why she died is important. So let's take a quick look at what's happening. Angela Chao dies in a car accident. I told you on Sunday. Now, on Tuesday, that is yesterday, there was a vote as to whether a $95 billion loan package or aid package, it is still not clear, should be given to three countries: Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. By a vote of 70 to 29, the Senate passed it. But it is expected to not pass the House because there is a Republican majority and the Republicans are in general against it, except Mitch McConnell did vote for it. So you see the point here. So is this what they were trying to prevent, the CCP, that the United States should not be giving any aid to Taiwan, and therefore they were trying to send a message, and Mitch McConnell anyway went ahead and voted? We don't know, because some of his statements after doing that vote seems to indicate that he was in turn giving a message to someone. I don't know who it is. Anyway, so let's take a quick look at what happened. Why this is important. She is the chief executive, or she was the chief executive and chair of New York-based bulker owner Foremost Group. And this was a tragic car accident, two totally diverging versions of how she died. She was an entrepreneur, investor, and a philanthropist. She was the CEO of the dry bulk shipping company Foremost Group. Her parents are James S.C. Chao and Ruth Mulan Chu Chao, mother. Her parents are originally from China and they later immigrated to the United States of America. Born in 1974 into a family with deep roots in the shipping industry, Chao was the youngest of the 6 daughters of James Chao. Here you see the picture, father, mother, and to the right is Angela, to the right of the father, and to the left of the father is Elaine Chao, the one with the red dress. Regarding her educational background, she has an MBA from Harvard. She also got a bachelor's degree in economics from Harvard. She joined Foremost in 1996 from the Mergers and Acquisitions Department of Smith Barney, now a part of Morgan Stanley, and took over the helm at the company in 2018. She was a board member. You get the point. She is one of those high-flying circles person. She was highly recognized for being the sister of the former Secretary of Transportation, Elaine Chao. You know, like a cat that always lands on its leg, Elaine Chao was also a secretary under the Obama administration, before the Trump administration. Can you believe that? There, she was the wife of a Republican senator. Here, in the Trump administration, she was again the wife of the Senate Majority Leader, because at that time the Senate had a Republican majority. And the whole reason it is believed that Trump appointed her as a Transportation Secretary was to get Mitch McConnell off his back. Mitch is still an opponent of Trump, and these two don't see eye to eye. So it's anywhere Mitch McConnell can stick it to Trump, he will do so. That could be another reason why he voted for it. So you have two different reasons, you know, and we have to wait and see how the dust settles here. Chao was a passionate advocate for environmentally sustainable practices, but most importantly, she believed that the foundational elements of success is the belief that shipping is not an asset finance business, but it's about people. She was married to an American venture capitalist, Jim Breyer, and there lies another tale. In June 2016, Angela Chao was appointed as an independent director of the Bank of China. Bank of China, for those of you who don't know, It's the most important bank in China. The election took place on November 18th during the China Bank's first extraordinary general meeting, and the appointment was approved by the China Banking Regulatory Commission. Elaine Chao has deep business ties to China at the time of US-Chinese competition. So this is Elaine Chao, is her sister. Though through interviews, industry filings, and government documents from both countries, the New York Times found that Chao's, and by extension Mr. McConnell, prospered as the family's shipping company developed deeper business ties with China, of course. And Mitch McConnell's corruption is also a separate episode that we have on PGurus. Do look up Mitch McConnell and you will find that video. You can take a look at that. Jim Breyer is active in the Chinese investment community. This is the husband of Angela Chao. This could also be a message. So we'll see how this goes. And continues to invest in the country through Breyer Capital and partnerships with the IDG. Additionally, he is a member of the advisory board of the Tsinghua University School of Economics and Management, Beijing. By the way, the Tsinghua is one of the IITs in India, very, very prestigious. In 2005, Breyer helped establish a joint venture between Accel Partners and China-based IDG Capital Partners, a pioneering Chinese investment firm behind Baidu and Tencent. Tencent is a technology acquisition company. Breyer and Patrick Joseph McGovern, the founder and CEO of IDG, have served as co-leads in the Accel IDG joint venture strategic investment committee since its inception in 2005. Now, what happened was, a little while ago, few months ago, the United States cracked down on Breyer. You remember all the time when, US asked all the people who were working in semiconductor fabs in China to return within a month, or else, there was a riot act read. The Pentagon's addition of a Beijing-quartered private equity and venture capital firm to a list of companies with alleged close ties to China's military underscores growing sanctions risk for the industry and is likely to result in pressure for more investment self-scrutiny. In an updated DoD list of entries identified as Chinese military companies operating in the US, IDG Capital Partners is among the 17 newly added names. Because IDG is in, therefore Jim Breyer, who was very closely associated, also got affected by this. They are seen as helping to support the modernization goals of the Chinese military. This is now a problem for Jim Breyer. So is that because the CCP wanted to give him a message? So possibilities are many. Message to Mitch McConnell, message to Jim Breyer, message to Elaine Chao, message to the Republicans, message to the Democrats, more importantly, a message to Biden. Remember, I told you, Biden family is embroiled in a $32 million scam of kickbacks that they got from China, according to a book that I've told you about, Red-Handed. By the way, some of you will ask, keep suggesting, don't keep pushing your books. Marketing my books is one thing, but there is more to it than that. Whenever I put a book in the background, there is something about the topic that I'm talking about that will be addressed in the book. So you have to look at it that way also. There's a message here that if there, for example, if I say this one, right? Who painted my state purple? A lot of these shenanigans are explained in some detail in that book. So you can, if you read that book, then you'll be able to understand what exactly it is that I'm hinting at. The takeaway here is I'm not just trying to market my book. Yes, I am. But in addition to that, there is a hidden message that if you want to know more about it, you could read from my book, whatever is in the backdrop. Sometimes there'll be more than one because those books would have dealt with a particular issue. So there are two versions of how she died. Let's take a look at the first one. This is the one that is being suppressed, meaning like very few people are retweeting it. It's only on Twitter, but most likely to be the truth. What American investor 𝗤𝙗𝘁𝙗 𝗏 is saying is that Chao entered her Tesla and backed into a pond on a ranch in Texas and passed away. If you back into a pond, that means basically the Tesla submerged into the pond and she died, she drowned. That's what he's saying. However, if you look at all the newspapers, and websites today, they are saying that a runaway truck hit the car that Angela Chao was traveling in, and that's what caused her death. So there are two versions now. We don't know which one is the truth. Clearly, there is some hush-up going on. Can you imagine a Chinese related person is, China has the heft to even try to suppress the real truth? And if she really drowned, then clearly there's somebody pushed her car into it. So this is going to be a big pot boiler. I'm sure the Republicans are going to make a lot of noise. By the way, that that $95 billion aid may not actually see the light of day because the House, which is a Republican majority, might not vote for it. And Trump has said that he is opposed to doing this. So now people who will be in Republican Party will be, I think, expected to toe the line of Trump, although Mitch McConnell thinks that he's above all these things, although in my opinion, he should have retired a long time ago. The man has some serious health issues and still he continues there. See, only the absolutely corrupt will keep on hanging on till they die, because they are afraid that if for any reason they retire, somebody else unearths their crime, then they'll go to jail. They want their legacy to be like, oh, he died at office. And somehow they hope that as long as they are in power, that they can ward off any accusations or probes against them. This is just my personal opinion. He should have retired. Nancy Pelosi should have retired a long time ago. These are all doddering octogenarians and nonagenarians. I don't know why they have to hang on to power for this long. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Do follow this thread. There's going to be more stories about this, and I can tell you this has really shook up Washington, D.C. Thanks once again. Namaskar.